What about this? What about that?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? About that? What about this? What about this?
What about that? 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 What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? About that? About that? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? About that? About that? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that?
About that? About that? About that? And we are back. Peace, folk. And welcome back to another edition of the Prophet of Thought series right here on the old T.P.O.T. YouTube page. I'm your host, X, of course, but you knew that already. That's why y'all black asses are here. Tonight, we're doing something a little different tonight, man, because we often get up here and, we talk about the black folks who embarrass the shit out of us and do all this stupid bullshit, make everybody else look bad, even though, the people who be on YouTube say we make them look bad because we put them on a screen. But anyway, tonight we're doing something a little different. Tonight I'm actually going to show y'all some black folks who actually make us look good. Y'all see the title, Black Folks Making Us Proud. Proud. Because y'all know I always bring y'all these First Amendment audits, from my man Sean. And he did a First Amendment audit, man, down in Columbia, South Carolina, man. And I was really, really impressed with how these black folks act. I mean, I was really impressed, man. I was really impressed with how they conducted themselves, man. So I thought I would bring it to y'all, man, and mix it up a little bit. But before we get started, y'all know I always start the show off with thanking you good folk for your likes, your shares, your views. your subs, and of course, your hard-earned pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and 50-cent pieces. Because I realize you don't have to do it, man. You don't have to show up to these goddamn streams. You don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to sub to this channel. And you definitely don't have to drop your hard-earned coins on this platform. But you good folk, man, choose to do so, man. Night after night, week after week, stream after stream, you are here when you could be anywhere. And I don't take you good folk lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm appreciative. But most importantly, I am thankful. And that goes to the good folk who hang out there and the good folk who hang out up in here. All right? All right. So let's get at it. But y'all know, before we start the show, we always have to start it off with y'all favorite segment, the old mama of the day.
These old mamas.
Yes, time for the old mama of the day, because y'all know we never freaking run out and we never freaking will. Tonight's old mama of the day hails from Texas, and it says here, cops say Texas mom shot daughters so husband would suffer. Yeah, this is going to be a good one, y'all. Says here, Fulshire, Texas, the father of two young women shot and killed by their mother Friday told police his wife wanted him to suffer, officials said. Police say Christy Sheets, 42, shot and killed her two daughters, 17-year-old Madison and 22-year-old Taylor, at the family's home outside the Houston suburb of Fulshire. Her husband, Jason Sheets, 45, survived. And there's the old mama there looking crazy. Christy Sheets was killed by a responding police officer when police say she refused to drop her weapon. You know what? I don't feel bad. She shot her damn kids. This old mama wouldn't drop the gun. The police should have shot her ass dead. But we continue. Jason Sheets was interviewed by the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office Tuesday night, reports CBS affiliate KHOU. He reportedly told investigators his wife had several opportunities to shoot him as well, but he believed she wanted him to live and make him suffer by killing their daughters. He felt Chrissy wanted him to suffer, said Sheriff Troy Nels. Chrissy knew how much he loved Taylor and Madison and how much he loved them. The shooting reportedly happened on Jason Sheets' birthday. Some birthday present, right? The old mama shoot your kids on your birthday. Insane. But it continues. Jason Sheets told police that he and his wife had been struggling with marital problems and had discussed divorce the day of the shooting. He said his wife also got into a dispute with their eldest daughter, Taylor, reports KHOU. He said his wife wanted to ground Taylor and prevent her from seeing her fiance, who she planned to marry on Monday. Jason Sheets told police he disagreed with his wife. He said she called a family meeting and the four had gathered in the living room. Jason Sheets told police that he thought his wife would tell their daughters that the couple had decided to divorce. Instead, he said she pulled out a gun from the couch cushion and opened fire. He says both daughters were shot. Disturbing 911 calls captured the moments leading up to the shooting, during which the daughters can be heard screaming and Jason Sheets is heard begging his wife to drop the gun. Jason Sheets and the daughters ran outside where Madison Sheets collapsed and died, police say. Jason ran to the end of the cul-de-sac. Taylor Sheets was shot again by her mother on the street. A neighbor told 911 dispatchers that Christy Sheets went back inside to reload her gun, returned and fired again at the young woman. When officers arrived, they saw Christy Sheets shooting Taylor the final time, the sheriff said. An officer shot Christy Sheets after she refused to obey commands to drop her handgun. Taylor Sheets was taken to the hospital where she died. Madison Sheets was shot once in the neck, and Taylor Sheets was shot 3 times in the head and back. Police say Jason told them his wife was taking several medications to cope with depression and anxiety. He said the woman had attempted to commit suicide 3 times and had been treated at 3 private mental health facilities in the past 4 years. This lady was Looney Tunes, obviously. Looney Tunes. Police had responded a dozen times to the home since 2012, officials said, which included medical calls, a report of a verbal dispute between the couple, a response from a sheriff's office crisis intervention team, and a 911 call in which Chrissy Sheets says she wanted to speak with a deputy. 5 were false alarms. Jason told the police that the gun his wife used in the shooting was a .38 caliber handgun she inherited from her grandfather. He said his wife had applied for a license to carry a gun, but the state refused her application. At the press conference Wednesday at Fort Bend County Sheriff Troy Nell said his office is investigating why she was denied the license. What difference does it make? She's dead. The kids are dead. Like, so what? The magazine Jezebel reports Chrissy Sheets had expressed support on Facebook for her right to carry a semi-automatic handgun recently, writing, it would be horribly tragic if my ability to protect myself or my family were taken away. But that's exactly what Democrats are determined to do by banning semi-automatic handguns. So this old mama here that you're looking at, sitting up there looking insane, she calls everybody in the living room. We're going to have a family meeting. Her and the husband are going through marital problems. The husband's thinking, they're about to sit down and talk about divorce. She pulls out the gun, kaplow, 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 and starts shooting her kids. I had read another article on this, and it said that when the police pulled up, they pulled up and saw her putting a final shot in her daughter. As they were pulling up, they saw her standing over her daughter, putting a final shot in her as they pulled up. These old mamas are insane, man. All type of mental episodes going on. She had been treated by multiple mental hospitals. When she went into the crazy house the first time, when she came out, you were supposed to be gone with the kids, man. Then once she went into the mental hospital, if she finally came out, you were supposed to be gone with the kids. You weren't supposed to stick around for her to go into the loony bin a second time, a third time, a fourth time. No. If she's hauled off to the loony bin, when she gets out, if she does, she's supposed to come back to an empty house. She's supposed to come back to an empty house. She's supposed to come back to an empty place. She's not supposed to come back to you waiting for her in her craziness to prove that she's not crazy or anything like that. A word of advice. If your woman goes off to the loony bin, the day she goes, start packing you and the kids' stuff. Or better yet, get an order of protection so she can't come back. Man, these old mamas are insane. Literally. They are literally insane. But that is our old mama of the day. So let's get at it. Because like I said, man, tonight, I want to show y'all, because this is what we used to, right? Let me show y'all this. This is what we're used to when we think about black folks, right? this is what we're used to. This is what we're used to seeing, right? Hold on. When you think about us showing black people in their natural environment, this is what we're used to seeing, right? We're used to seeing this. Right? Black people fighting, acting a fool inside the restaurant. That's what we're used to seeing. We've gotten so used to seeing it. We've gotten so used to seeing this. We're numb to it, aren't we? We're just numb to it. Right? We're numb to it. But tonight, man, I want to show y'all, man, some black people, man, that will make you proud, man. They made me proud. They made me proud when I saw them. They made me proud. Because like I said, you know, I bring y'all these First Amendment audits from my man Sean here, who's from my neck of the woods, of course. And, you know, he walks in, you know, with his camera and, you know, he's filming and he's waiting to see if somebody's going to try to violate his rights, try to approach him or try to stop him. So this time he walks into a place and he's in my neck of the woods where I'm at now, because he's in Columbia, South Carolina, which isn't that far from where I live. All right. Maybe, I don't know, an hour and a half possibly from where I live. And these black folks, man, that I saw on this, man, I had to do this tonight. Even though I'm in the midst of a whole bunch of other stuff. Those of you who know me know what I'm talking about. I'm in the midst of a lot of other things. I felt it necessary to do this, man, because I think we do spend a lot of time showing the ridiculous, insane, out of line, dysfunctional black folks. So for once, I wanted to bring y'all some black folks, man, that, I don't know. I don't want to say make you proud to be black, but if you want black people represented, this is how I believe black people should be represented. Here we go. Fair use.
Let's get into it.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good.
Hi.
Even the white folks was friendly in this one. Even the white folks was friendly. But let's continue.
Where do I put my stuff? It's required that I sign into the visitor sign-in sheet? No? Okay. Perfect.
You want to walk through the gallery, you can.
Yeah, I'm alright, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You doing an audit?
Who are you, sir?
You doing? No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I agree with you, Yankee. I agree with you. I know.
I'm just taking some pictures and video.
You're
That's it.
authorized to do that.
All right.
You're a smart man.
Just taking some.
Now, looking at this, you can tell that, you know, mostly black people are in this building. You know, most of the people that work in here are black. You know, you see a lot of black art on the wall, so on and so forth. So this is a quote unquote black place, if you will, if you can call it that. This is a black place. But let's continue.
Pictures and video. That's all. Do you watch First Amendment audits?
I did, yeah. I all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. I just tell people down the road. Yeah. Don't deny the First Amendment.
Yeah, for sure. None of them, you know? Very important to our country.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but there needs to be more people doing it.
Yeah, for sure. Fighting for our rights and just,
A lot of people don't understand the law.
yeah. And that's the sad part. But hopefully, if more people do take some pictures and videos of city halls, then more people will become educated on our rights, the law. You know, just simply treating people with respect. A lot of times, I get treated really bad when I have a camera in my hand. So, you know, maybe you've seen some of mine. That would be cool.
Okay. Really? Okay. And all right. What's your name?
It starts with an S.
Okay.
I'll tell you, my name is Sean.
Sean.
Yeah. And I'm not from here. I'm from.
Okay. I've seen you. Okay. Yes. I got you.
I'm from Long Island.
You're from, okay. Well, I mean, you got the Yankee hat. Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it moving.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you.
You got some good stuff out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Real good stuff.
Thank you. Exposing tyranny and corruption everywhere I could find it.
You gotta understand. The mayor just walked out and he just paid.
He just went right. Oh, that was the mayor that I.
Now notice grandma, right? Now I know I'm always telling y'all about these old mamas that's in these First Amendment audit videos. You know, they be acting a fool, demanding ID. Who are you? I'm gonna call the police. All of that's going on. But notice grandma here. She just is unconcerned. She's just going about her business and doing her job, and she ain't even paying Sean ass no mind. She just doing her job and just, she doesn't have a problem. She's not asking him who he is. She's not asking him what is he doing. She's not telling him he got to leave. She's not calling the police on him. She's not calling security on him. She's not doing any of that. Grandma is just doing her job and acting like Sean ass ain't even in there. You see how she's conducting herself, man. Notice that. I want y'all to notice. I want y'all to notice this. Grandma is not even concerned at all with his presence. She didn't ask him one thing. She didn't ask him who he was. She didn't ask him what's he doing here. She's not interrogating him. Nothing. I have brought y'all many of these. Y'all seen how these old mamas can act. They be trying to get you thrown out. They call the police. They threaten you. They'll run up on you. Hands in your face and all of that. Grandma is unconcerned, as she should be. But we continue.
That walked right by me, and he just said, "Hi, sir. How are you?" Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. He just said, "Hey, sir. How are you?"
Give him a good shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
Give him a good shout out.
I mean, you know what it is, sir? If he just shouted himself out, right?
Exactly.
Because of the way he acted and his attitude and the way he said, "Hi, sir, how are you?" He saw me recording and he didn't say anything about it.
And then you have to give the Colombian Police Department.
Yeah, because he's not.
Because
Yeah,
he didn't jump on you.
yeah, exactly.
And the mayor won't make. Yeah, give them.
That's
a good
fun.
shout out.
Like I said, they did it to themselves.
Wow.
That now a lot of people will see exactly how they treated me when I walked in here, because I don't get this treatment a lot.
I know,
So
I know.
it's very refreshing to say the least. It's very refreshing. I just like to come and look at beautiful buildings and make sure that our public officials and public servants are doing the right thing, and
Right.
that's all. And if you ever watch any of my videos, I'm very respectful. I don't try and agitate anybody or do anything like that. So that's why, look, it's been great so far, right?
And Melron Kelly is the assistant chief for Columbia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And, give him a shout out.
Yeah, for sure. I love to highlight you know, people who respect our rights, when public officials respect our rights, I love to show it. It just, unfortunately, sir, it doesn't happen a lot, you know? It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does happen, I love it. I love it. Nothing better to me.
You did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
I saw you. And he's doing the first one. He's doing it all.
Well, that's good. Do you know, sir, where I would be able to do a open records request for the city?
This brother here, he just want to be up there talking. He been talking the whole time. Like, soon as he walked in there, he has not stopped talking since he's gotten in there.
I don't know.
I think we're going to skip by him.
Maybe she'll know. Do you know where I'd be able to do an open records request for the city?
Do what?
An open records request.
That would be with the
Like the clerk or
open
legal?
records.
Yeah, open records.
That would be with our legal department.
Legal department?
That's at 1401 Main Street.
1401 Main Street. Is that across the street?
It's about
It's all.
about 4 or 5 blocks down. It's
Oh, okay.
It's a brown. It's a
Before you
glass
get to the
looking
building.
building.
And notice how grandma's not being rude, man. She's not being rude. She's not being rude, man. And I know y'all look at this and y'all think this is trivial. But we have seen, I don't know how many instances, how many examples of black folks just acting a plumb fool. And I'm not just talking about the people who get on these mics on YouTube either. I'm talking about in videos. Plumb fool we've seen over the course of I don't know how many years. I don't know about y'all, but it's refreshing to me to see black people act professional, even if they're quote unquote uncomfortable. Because see, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep it professional, even if your black ass is uncomfortable. And I think we as black folk have a problem with that. It's difficult for us to keep it professional because we're so wrapped up in being comfortable that we lose all professionalism. We lose all tact. We lose all reason. We lose all self-control. Many of us have a hard time keeping it together, man. We have a hard time keeping it together. We want to fly off the handle, yell, scream, hoop, holler, threaten people. And 90% of the time, it's not even called for. I will say again, y'all have seen me bring y'all these things. And y'all have seen black folk act a fool. Now, granted, y'all have seen white folk act a fool too on these things. You see people in general act the damn fool when it's unwarranted. They act the damn fool just because they're uncomfortable. I'm looking at these black folks here. They don't even appear to be uncomfortable. And if they are not showing it by acting unprofessional. But we continue.
It's a glass looking building. It's about 4 blocks down, right?
1401 Main Street, I'll find it. Thanks.
It's
All right.
in the corner, like.
Okay.
Yeah, 1401. It's like about 4 blocks.
Hi, ma'am.
1, 2. What is the mean?
And that's, yeah.
Lights. Yes.
Yeah, I just,
Like that,
okay, yeah, because I just wanted to do an open records request for the city. I don't know,
That would be good down,
like as far as like,
Notice. Look at the lady here. She seemed just as unconcerned She does not even, she's not moved at all about his camera. She walked right up. She wasn't like, what are you doing? Why you filming me? What you doing in here with this camera? What's wrong with you? I'm going to call the police. None of that. None of that. Like I said, I know we are so used to black folk acting a damn fool, y'all. But no one's acting a fool, man. And like I said, they don't even appear to be uncomfortable. You know why they don't appear to be uncomfortable? Because they're keeping it professional. That's the beauty of it.
You know, salaries, employee information, any contracts, just general public records for the city I'm looking at. So usually it's at a city hall. Usually it's at City Hall that I do it. But if I have to go to legal, I don't know exactly where I go.
So typically what we do, so Erica can help with that.
Go ahead,
And
okay.
typically, well, I just saw her walk down the street. Typically we do a Freedom of Information Act request to ask for specifically what items that you're looking for. And
Let me see, sir.
And submit that.
The information is there.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but Erica is our city clerk, so she's the custodian of all.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
documents.
The clerk, yeah. That's what I figured.
She can certainly step you through.
So they did pass, right?
Yeah, so far, so good. So far, so good, sir. So far, so good.
He got some First Amendment rights.
Oh, okay.
He's big online. Very.
Notice, lady smiling. She's not scowling. She's not yelling. She's not like, oh my God, don't film me. Hand in front of her face. She's probably not saying that because she knows she got 999 pictures of herself on Facebook. Trying to look sexy. But notwithstanding that, she's carrying herself like a decent fucking human being. Unlike many others I have brought you. And actually, man, it's a shame that I have to point this out to you good folk. Because, see, I believe that this is how we should carry ourselves. We shouldn't be running around here acting like fools and hooping and hollering and all out of control and screaming and threatening folks. And what is all that for? What does any of that accomplish? It accomplishes nothing. We've seen it so much that we're numb to it. This is what we think black is. This is what we think black people are. This is how black people supposed to act. Like a bunch of fools. Threatening people and yelling and screaming and talking about what they're going to do and acting like their comfort trumps someone's rights. Like, I mean, come on, man. But we continue.
I noticed it. And the mayor walked out. And honestly, the mayor did a good job. Just kind of.
Hey, sir, how are you? And he just left. Didn't mind that I was recording. I just record for transparency and accountability for our government officials, and I think that's very important. And a lot of people that support me think it's very important. And plus, it's just good to be able to travel around and see different city halls, and you see all the things you guys have on display here. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
sure
it.
Every city kind of handles it
A little bit different, yeah. He watches the video, so he knows some cities will handle it, in a way that's real differently. You know, I've walked into a city hall and had, you know, police officers just grab me and throw me out. So I'm happy it didn't happen today.
Yeah, we try to be as transparent as possible. So you either can speak with our city clerk. Can you give him Erica's number?
Erica's number?
She just stepped
Yeah.
out. So
Oh, okay. She stepped out for lunch.
I saw her walking down the hall.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably out for lunch.
Look at the service. Thank you, sir. Is this? So this is Erica's card. Okay.
Call, and then you can kind of outline exactly what documents you're looking for. She can tell you whether it's something here or there's something that we need.
Now, let me ask y'all, would y'all prefer a woman acting like this woman that's in front of you on the screen right now? Or some woman hooping and hollering and yelling and screaming and threatening to throw the man out and call the police and running up on him and up in his face and asking him 55 questions that even if she got the answer to, it wouldn't mean anything? What would y'all prefer? Would things be different if black people acted like this lady here? Because regardless of what you may think of this woman, what she looks like or whatever, look at how she's carrying herself. Listen to the way she's speaking. Listen to the words she's using. Look at her body language. You listen to her talk, you know that this person probably isn't hard to be around. You know that this person isn't going to say something ridiculous and out of the way, especially not in this building. Because at the very least, she comes off as respectful and courteous, demure, laid back. And she's not trying to run from the camera. Nor is she trying to keep the camera from seeing this, that, and the other thing. She's carrying herself like a grown-up, like an adult. But we continue.
To pull together.
Okay, great. So I'll email Erica. I'll give her a call. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're going to give her a shout out too, right?
She did it herself. She did it herself. Very, very polite. Very.
I'm going to get out of here.
All right.
You're going to make me pull you up tonight.
Long Island. Just type in Long Island audit. Okay.
All right.
Long Island audit. Go take a look at it. All right.
Originally from New Jersey, so.
Okay. Cool. I've been to New Jersey a bunch of times.
Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too, sir. Have a great day. Sir, thank you for being so cordial.
All right, sir.
And your assistance today. Thank you. You have a great day, okay? Take care. Stay safe.
Do you see how these black folks are acting, man? Do you see it? Do you see how these black folks are acting? But we continue.
All right, guys, so we're just getting out of the city hall here in Columbia, South Carolina. Right across the street here is the courthouse. So we're going to check that out before we leave. So far, so good. City Hall made a great first impression for their city, represented it well. Let's hope we find the same here in the courthouse. All right, guys, so we are on the second floor of the courthouse. across the street from the city hall. As I was going through the metal detector downstairs, I wasn't recording because I didn't want to give myself away. But one of the officers who was working the entrance said, "We have a First Amendment auditor in the city," just to let everybody know. And he had no idea it was actually me. So I thought that was pretty funny. Excuse me? Oh, no, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I don't need help. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Let's watch it again.
Who was working the entrance said, "We have a First Amendment auditor in the city," just to let everybody know. And he had no idea it was actually me. So I thought that was pretty funny. Excuse me?
Notice the receptionist behind the counter. She's like, "Do you need some help?" Sean says no.
Oh, no, I'm just taking some pictures and video. I don't need help. Thank you.
She's like, okay, and goes right to freaking, she goes right back to what she was doing like nothing ever happened. She goes right into back. She's like, "You need some help?" He's like, "No, I'm good." Goes right back into doing what she was doing. No sweat, no nothing. Yeah, Brother Sage. He's the real deal, man. He's been doing this for a while. I think Sean is at like 250,000 subscribers now. Yeah. I show a lot of these, Brother Sage. I've showed probably about, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 of them. He's actually from my neck of the woods. All right. Yeah, Sean is from my neck of the woods. And he does good stuff, man. And people will tell you, Brother Sage, that many times when he goes into these buildings and does these First Amendment audits, right? He gets a lot of heat, man. He's been arrested. He's been arrested 4 or 5 times. I know he was on trial a couple weeks back. Of course, he beat, because these guys always beat the cases. I mean, because they lock him up for some old BS. But, I mean, he travels all over, man. I mean, he's from New York, but right now, he's in Columbia, South Carolina. Sean has been to California. He's been in Michigan. He was in Idaho. He was in Texas. He was in Jersey. He was in Georgia. He goes all over the country doing this. Yeah, all over the country, man. And many times, I would say more often than not, he runs into people who give him a lot of guff. And believe it or not, when he runs into black people, he gets quite a bit of guff when he runs into black people. I just showed one last week. I mean, especially when he run into these old mamas, forget about it. I mean, boy, they be giving him all kinds of goddamn heat. Threatening to call the police on him. They be up in his face. They be interrogating him, telling him to get out. I mean, the whole 9. So when I saw this one, I was like, I mean, it stuck out, Brother Sage, because you don't really see this from black folk. You don't. Notice I titled it, "Black Folks Making Us Proud." Something you don't often see, especially when it comes to these First Amendment audits, Brother Sage. Long Island Audit is what his channel is called, Brother Sage. Just punch it in, Long Island Audit. You don't see black folks making us proud like this, man. You do not see it. You usually see black folks acting a plumb damn fool is what you usually see. So this stuck out. And I'll say this before I continue. Those of you out there who say, oh, all y'all do is show black people are doing bad things and black people doing negative things and black people doing this and black people doing that. Not tonight. Like I said, I'm actually showing black folks, making us proud. But we continue, Negroes.
Appreciate it. Who do you think I am? Who do you think I am?
Oh my goodness.
It depends on who you think I am. Long Island Audit? How are you, sir?
I love your videos.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
I love
you.
your videos, man.
Thank you.
You're in Columbia.
Yeah, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
travel all over the place, man.
Well, that's a good thing, man. You're doing good things,
Yeah,
brother.
and thank you. I really appreciate that. So far, so good here. City Hall was great. They treated me with so much respect over there and helped me out with everything I needed. There was no issue. The mayor actually passed me here and just told me, hey, how are you? And kept it moving. So everything's been going well here so far.
Southern hospitality.
Yeah, man. I'm loving it. Thank you, sir.
Man, take care of yourself.
You too. So far, Columbia, South Carolina has proven themselves to be one of the nicest cities that I've ever been in. I even got to meet someone who supports me and watches my videos, so that was pretty cool. He looked like an attorney. I always appreciate the support from each and every one of you, so that's a good thing. So far, so good. Let's keep taking a look around. Hey, how are you?
Anything I can help you find?
No, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Even the white sheriff, even the white sheriff isn't concerned with Sean. He just walked by. Anything I can help you with? Nope. He just kept on going. He wasn't like, give me your ID, what you doing, why you filming, you gotta leave. He never broke stride. He just kept on going. So what does this mean? What does this mean, folk? What does it mean when somebody can walk in there, when Brother Sean can walk in there as a First Amendment auditor and walk out saying, damn, this is a really nice place. The people really treated me respectfully. And the majority of the people that he ran into were black folk. What does that mean? When someone can go into somewhere where the majority of the people walking around in there are black people, and they walk out of there like, damn, those were some really nice people. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Isn't it better to walk away from black folk thinking, damn, those are some cool folks. Those are some decent folks. As opposed to walking away from black folks thinking, these Negroes are idiots. These Negroes are belligerent. These Negroes are out of line. Isn't that better? Isn't that better? But we continue.
So far, so good. Columbia, South Carolina, the capital of Southern hospitality. This is the deputy that said that we have a First Amendment auditor in the building. He had no idea it was me. Very professional, though. Alright guys, so we're just getting out of the courthouse as well as the city hall here in Columbia, South Carolina. What an amazing audit. What a great job. From the mayor all the way down. An amazing job was done here. Respectful, helpful, just amazing. I've never had an audit go this well, and I'm very appreciative.
He's saying this, and maybe y'all don't watch. Because, see, I watch a lot of this First Amendment audit stuff. I think this is great, all right? Because I don't just watch him. I watch other people, too. I watch the Law and Crime Network. I watch Lackluster. I watch my man, Big Nick, South Florida Accountability. You know, I watch quite a few of these guys do this. And I've seen many of Brother Sean's audits from all over the country. He said this was the best one he's ever done. In a building full of black folk. Isn't that something? He said this is the best one he's done in a building full of black people. If what you've seen tonight does not give you hope for black folk, I don't know what will, y'all. Because like I've been saying all night, we so used to black folks somewhere acting a fool. Even with these. The ones I brought y'all many times before. We had the black cops and black security guards and black correctional officers and black women who work in the post office, black women who work in the county building. Y'all have seen how these women have acted during these things. Y'all have seen it. Y'all have seen how some of the brothers were acting in these things. But you didn't see that tonight, did you? You saw black people being professional. You saw black people being cordial. You saw black people being respectful. You saw black people being courteous. You saw black people being decent. And I don't know about y'all, but it's nice. In fact, it's great to see black folks being decent for a change. It's nice to see black folks not embarrassing the rest of us black folk. It's nice to see black folk conducting themselves like decent human beings. Like decent human beings. And it's crazy because this shouldn't be odd. This shouldn't have stuck out. Out of all the ones that I've watched, this one shouldn't have stuck out. But it did. It stuck out because I saw black people being decent. I saw black people who knew how to treat other people. I saw black people who knew how to respect others' rights. Black people who didn't think that they were entitled to impose their comfort zone on someone else. That is what I saw when I saw this. And I wanted to bring it to y'all. Because I wanted y'all to see that not all black people act like freaking idiots. Not all black people act like they don't have any home training. Because you always hear people talking about, not all, not all. But they can never show you the examples of the not all, can they? They just say it. Whenever you say something, well, oh, that's not all. Oh, not all, not all. But they never give you any examples, do they? Well, tonight you got an example of the not all that we speak of. You got an example of the outliers. You got an example of people acting like normal people. Normal people. So let me ask y'all, are these people black? Are they acting black? Are they black enough for y'all? Are they authentically black? They weren't yelling or screaming or hooping or hollering or cussing or they weren't doing any of that. Are they less black than the rest of us? Are they more black than the rest of us? Are these the type of black people that you wish you were around? Or are you glad that you don't have blacks like this around you? Do we have black folks like this in our family? Do we wish we did? Or are these the coons? Are they acting white? Are they sellouts? Sambos? Did they not speak enough Ebonics? Did they have the wrong pitch or the wrong cadence in their voice? Something to think about, isn't it, Negroes?
Appreciative for it, and I want to shout out all the public officials and public servants here in Columbia, South Carolina. They truly showed me what Southern hospitality was, and I really appreciate that. This was a great audit. I'm glad I got to run into a supporter, a member of We the People, so big shout out to him. Just overall great. There is no words. Just a great audit. I'm very happy to see this. This means that we the people are affecting change, because I guarantee you 5-10 years ago this would have never went down this way.
And he's right. 5-10 years ago, this wouldn't have went this way. It won't go this way if he's in a particular place. If he goes to a particular city. If he goes to audit a particular building. It won't be like this. It won't be like this because of particular people. They may be black, white, Latino, Asian, who knows? But these things don't turn out like this. The people in these buildings don't normally act like this. Like I said, I've watched enough of these things. This is like one of the few that I've seen that went this well. I don't think I've seen any of his that went this well. And I'm glad that the people that were in there were black. I'm glad they were black. So people can see not all black people act like jackasses. Because I think every now and then we have to show that. We have to exhibit that. That not all black people act like jackasses. I say again, you hear people say it, but how often do you see it? How often do you see examples of it? How often do you witness the quote unquote not all of something? Tonight you did. You seen decent black people tonight. You know, those good black folk. You saw decent black folk tonight, man. And I think they made us proud by how they conducted themselves. That's all this is about, man. This isn't about anything else. It's not even about the audit. How can it be? They didn't violate any of his rights. He walked right by the mayor, that guy, the white guy in the blue suit, the first white guy. That's actually the mayor of that city. He walked right by him. He didn't pay him any mind either. He didn't ask him any questions. He wasn't like, who are you? Why are you filming? Nothing. What you doing in here with that camera? And no. And I was definitely impressed with Grandma at the reception desk. She didn't pay Brother Sean ass no mind. Grandma went on about her business. When he came over there and asked her some questions, she answered the questions professionally. She wasn't like, why you filming? Get that camera out of here. You can't do this, covering her face. She didn't do any of that. None of it. She didn't do any of it. Nothing. And neither did the other chick that was there. She walked up. She wasn't fazed by the cameraman. She didn't even mention the camera at all. She came up pleasant. She came up cordial, demure, relaxed, laid back. She didn't have a scowl on her face. She didn't look like she had just swallowed a damn rat turd. She sucked it up and act like he didn't even have a camera. I think this is how it should be done, man. And I don't think that we should just conduct ourselves like this in this instance. I would like to see black people act like this more. Wherever we are, whatever we're doing, wherever we work, whatever part of town it's in. But that's just me. That's what I believe. And I say again, man, these black folks made us proud. They made me proud. You want to connect me to black folks? Connect me to black folks that act like that. Don't try to connect me to these damn knuckleheads who run around here and do a bunch of stupid crap and destroy other people's lives while they destroy their own. Everybody wants you to be connected to the lower rungs of black society, the freaking underclass, the people who don't really give a damn about themselves or any other person. Those are the ones they want you to be connected to. Those are the ones that they say you are like. Because, see, they want all of us to be looked at like those people. They want all of us to be looked at like that. Notice you never see them bring any people like this up. You never see them showing people like this, right? Because, see, these people are too boring. They're not acting a fool. They're not doing some shit to make us laugh. They're not doing something to make us squint. They're not doing anything to make us go, wow. Nope, just normal people. Normal, decent people with respect and manners and decency and courtesy. But those are the boring people, right? Those people bore us. We like the ratchet, loud fools running their damn mouths, saying nothing. That's what we like to see, right? Those are the people we like to hear, right? The freaking buffoons who just run around here and talk, who don't even believe half the crap that comes out of their own mouth. Those are the people who excite us, right? The people who have absolutely nothing to say but are always talking. Always talking, but have absolutely nothing to say. People who, if it wasn't for the goddamn internet, no one would be listening to what they said. Nobody. Nobody would be listening to anything they have to say. But those are the people we're supposed to be tethered to. They don't want you to be tethered to the people like you saw tonight. People who carry themselves with dignity and respect and have respect for others. Because for some reason, disrespectful ass freaking Negroes are cool. They're live. They're whatever you want to call them. I tell you what, I'm glad I don't have none of them around me. I'm glad I don't have to deal with those type of people. Because I wouldn't be able to take them. I wouldn't be able to listen to them. I definitely wouldn't want them at my damn house or anywhere else that's under my control. For what? For what? Listen to them talk ridiculous. trying to be the smartest person in the room as they interrupt one incoherent sentence with another incoherent sentence. Keep them. Keep those people. Keep them. Because I will take black folks, like I saw tonight, I would take one of them over 100 of those other Negroes. Any day of the week. And twice on Tuesday. And that's the truth. But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring y'all that little tidbit, man. And, you know, I hope that y'all got something out of it. Because like I said, man, we are so accustomed to seeing black folks just act a plumb damn fool. We are so accustomed to black folks just, I don't know, especially on media. We just become so accustomed to it, man. We're so accustomed to just watching our people act like jackasses. There was a time when it actually embarrassed us to see our people act like fools. Not anymore. It's normal. It's what we do. It's gotten so bad that when it comes to other folk, and when I say other folk, I mean other black folk too, they think they can just put a bunch of foolishness in front of us and we'll take right to it. Have you seen the political commercials lately? Have you seen the whole no voting, no fucking thing? That's what they think of us. You know, it's a spinoff from Get Your Booty to the Polls, where they got strippers swinging on poles telling you to vote. Because they think this foolishness, man, appeals to black people. Because you know it's meant for us. They didn't make those commercials for white folks. They didn't make those commercials for Latinos. They didn't make those commercials for Asians or whites. No, they make those commercials for us. Because they think we're idiots. They think this is all they have to do to appeal to us. But why? Why do they think this way? Is this what we have shown them? Is this what we have exhibited? Have they looked at a segment of the population and said, oh, this will work? This will work on them. This will get them in there. This will get them to vote. This will get them to do this. This will get them to do that. This is serious, man. These are the type of things, man. These are the type of things that are talked about, man. In PR meetings and ad meetings, and it's what they talk about. What should we do to appeal to black folk? Oh, I know. Let's get a bunch of strippers and have them dancing and jiggling and telling them to vote. You think they showing any commercials like that to white people? Or Latinos? Or Asians? You think they got a commercial talking about no voting, no vucking? With some freaking homosexual guy up there? He's singing it too. I guess they use him to appeal to the homosexual element of black society. This is what they think of us, man. This is what they think of us. This is what they believe gets us going. This is what they believe matters to us. Because this is what they've seen from us. Do you think they would be pushing those type of commercials, man, if they saw the black people that they saw, that you saw tonight? If all they saw was black people like the black folks you saw tonight, do you think they would be pushing those commercials on us? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. Because they wouldn't be under the impression that this is what appeals to those black people. You wouldn't put that video, if you got a bunch of those black folks that you saw in that building tonight, you think they would play that video in front of those black people? But they'll play it in front of us, won't they? Won't they? And shout out to Lady Celine with the $1.99 super chat. She said, but ex-black women don't want a FedEx driver. Yeah, well, I mean, when it comes to that kind of stuff, I guess it's all tied in together, right? Decency is downplayed often because decency is boring, right? Being a person of dignity and, respect and, have some type of standard about how you carry yourself and how you live your life. That's boring, right? It's much more exciting, to have 4 and 5 baby mamas, to have 3 and 4 baby daddies and, be in and out of jail and doing all this kind of foolishness, smoking crack, getting high and making twerk videos on Instagram. That's way more exciting, right? And I remember a brother saying this to me a while back, many, many years ago. I think it was like 2017. His name is Cerulean Gray. You may have heard of him. And Brother Cerulean said a long time ago, he said that black people have a tendency to think it's always party time. And he was right. He's still right. But I appreciate that $1.99 super chat, Lady Celine. When you drop coins on this platform, you get this. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. Appreciate that $1.99. Look at me hitting the wrong shit around here. Yeah, man, I just, what's good, brother Truism? Brother Paul, what's good with it, man? I see you up there, brothers. So do you good folk want to discuss this? Yeah, Brother Paul, you are exactly right. You're exactly right, brother. Negroes just want to have fun. Do you Negroes want to discuss what you saw tonight? Do you? Brother E. Taylor, if you watching, I see you sent me an email, but you didn't put the, I guess you were sending me a clip, but I don't see the link to it, brother. If you still in here. You was like, check this out, but there's nothing in here, Brother E. Taylor, if you're still in the chat, brother. There's nothing there but empty space. Oh, you missed it, Brother Paul. I actually showed black folks that make us proud tonight, man. Yeah. Figured I'd switch it up, you know, because we've seen enough black people acting a damn fool. I actually brought some decent acting black folks to the stage tonight, man. Because it's stuck out, you know. And I know, Brother Paul, you don't like the First Amendment audit guys, but I actually I showed one tonight, and he actually went into a place, Columbia, South Carolina, and he walked in there, and he walked, y'all have seen this many, many times. He walks in there, they give him a hard time, threaten to throw him out, do all this kind of stuff. But tonight you actually got to see him walk in a building that was filled with primarily black people. There were black people in there tonight. And they kept it professional. They didn't threaten him. You didn't hear, "Don't film me. What you doing? Get out." I mean, they kept it totally professional, Brother Paul. You gotta go back, man, and you gotta go back, Brother Paul, and look at it, man. I know you don't like the First Amendment guys, but you gotta go back and look at it, brother, and see how these black folks conducted themselves, man. You gotta look at how these black folks conducted themselves, man. I know we used to, black folks acting a damn fool, but you didn't see that tonight, man. Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. And shout out to Brother Donovan Wood with the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Brother Donovan. He says, "Salute, I definitely appreciate your work." Well, I appreciate you too, brother. I appreciate that $5 super chat. You drop coins on this platform, you get this. Not that. My bad, y'all. Y'all know I'm old. I appreciate you dropping your hard-earned coins on this platform. Appreciate that $5 super chat, Brother Donovan. Yeah, man, I mean, black folks was acting decent, man. I couldn't even say nothing. You know, there's nothing bad for me to say. You know, usually, you know, you see a couple of these old mamas, you know, they in there, they acting a damn fool, acting like idiots. You know, I mean, there was nothing I could say. All I could do was watch it when I saw it, brothers. All I could do was watch, man. I mean, I didn't see anything that stuck out. Nothing stuck out. Nothing stuck out. Even the black cops was like, cool in the gang. You know, they was giving Brother Sean the pamphlets, here's the information, here's a card, you know. There was nothing to point out. That's why it stuck out when I watched it. I was like, damn, I got to show this to the folks. And even Sean was like, damn, this is the best damn audit I've ever had. And guess what? I know y'all think I may be overblowing this, but I've never heard him say that about one of these things. And he's never said it about one of these things where he walked in there and it was a bunch of black folks. Because usually what happens when you go somewhere where it's a bunch of black folks working, they be acting a stone cold fool until when? Say it with me. Until the good old white man comes on the scene. When the good old white man comes on the scene and puts them in a huddle, and tells them, look, Negroes, y'all shut y'all ass up. Get your ass back to work. Be quiet because y'all can't do nothing to this man. Then their whole attitude and vibe changes. But see, they got to be schooled by the white man first. That's what y'all usually see. Right? Be honest. That's what y'all usually see. Y'all see them acting up until the good old white man come there. When the good old white man comes in there and, you know, kind of puts the Negroes in a huddle and say, look, y'all shut your ass up. Y'all can't do nothing to this man. Just let him go about his business and maybe he'll leave. The whole temperature of the room changes after that. Their facial expressions and everything. But up until that point, oh, I'm going to throw you out, get off my property while you in my building. I'm such and such, I got this title, I got that. And white man walk up, put the Negroes in a huddle. When they come out of the huddle, they're different people. Y'all have seen it for yourselves. Y'all have seen it for yourselves. I'm not making it up. I've showed y'all enough of these things by now. Paul said the city clerk, they should have slapped Sean. But slap him for what though, Brother Paul? I know you don't like... I know you don't like these first amendment guys, Brother Paul. I know you don't, man, but I mean, this one actually went how they all should go. You know, in my opinion. That's what I believe. Like I said, they were really courteous and respectful to the man. They wasn't, you know, threatening to call the police and telling him to get out and telling him he can't film and up. They didn't do any of that, man. They just went about their business, man. They actually stopped and chopped it down with him for a little while and everything. Black folk, Brother Paul. All right, mostly black people. You know, there was a handful of white folks in there, but even the white folks was decent. The mayor saw him walking there with the camera, and he was like, hey, how you doing? And just kept on doing what he was doing. He even ran into a chick in the hallway. All right. He even ran into a chick in the hallway, a receptionist. She was like, "Oh, can I help you?" And he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm just filming." She was like, "Okay," and went on back to what she was doing. She didn't run up like, "Oh, you can't film. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that." They just went about their business. It was even an old granny in there. Grandma didn't pay Sean ass no mind. Grandma just doing her job. Ain't say a word to him until he talked to her. And guess what? Even though he was holding the camera while he was talking, Grandma kept it professional the whole time. The whole time, Brother Paul. And then it was another broad in there who was talking. She kept it professional the whole time, man. She never even questioned the filming or the nothing. She wasn't hiding her face or trying to duck or putting her pocketbook over her head. She didn't do any of that shit, man. Yes, I did see that, Lady Alice. I was just talking about it. I think it's totally ridiculous, that commercial. I think it's totally ridiculous, is what I think, Lady Alice. And they do that because that's what they think of us. That's what they think of us. So they can put this crap in front of us. They think this is what gets us going. This is what inspires us. The BS. I bet you we're the only people who get those kind of commercials put in front of them. I bet you we're the only people. You think they put these type of commercials in front of anybody else? Huh? But they did this last time. I was talking about that a little while ago. They did this last time. Get your booty to the poles. Bunch of goddamn nasty looking strippers swinging on poles talking about voting. Who else would they put that in front of, man? Do you actually think they would put those commercials in front of anybody except us? Come on. This lets you know what they think of us, man. And from what I understand, black people were a part of this. So we can't just blame it all on the white man and the white power structure. From what I understand, black people were a part of this whole, I guess, ad campaign, if you will. Black folks were a part of it. Somebody actually sat down and said, this is a good idea. Yeah. Vax that thing up is another one. Because this is what they think appeals to us, man. Forget about putting a nice, decent commercial together where, you know, if you want to convince people to vote, fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, you want to convince people to vote, no big deal. But you actually believe that you can get us to vote. Because let's be honest here, man. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Who they're targeting is black men, right? That's who they're targeting when they put this crap out, right? So how about, exactly, Brother Paul, how about having an ad about what you're going to do for the people you're trying to convince to vote? What's wrong with that? So they can hire somebody like freaking my man, Brother Supreme. And he could make a nice video about voting. Would make you think you got to have a bunch of half-naked hoes jiggling and dancing and going on and talking about screwing That's what you think you got to do to get black men to go vote for somebody? Because see, black men, we don't have any concept of policy, right? All we think about is ass. We don't care about any policies. We don't care what goes on in the governor's office. Right? We don't care what goes on in the president's office. We don't care what's going on in the mayor's office. All we need to see is some ass. That's it. That's it. We don't think about taxes, right? We don't think about gas prices. We don't think about inflation. We don't think about the cost of real estate. We don't care about the interest on things. We don't care about any of that. All we care about is ass. That's it. Just ass. Just show black men ass, you can get them to do anything. Even vote. That's what they think of us. That's what they think of us, brothers. Oh, they're not concerned with anything but freaking butts anyway. Just show them some butts. That'll get them to the polls. Show them some butts. That'll get them to register to vote. And hey, show them some butts, and they'll vote for us. That is what they think of us. They sit in these meetings because all this stuff is choreographed, right? It's not like they just slap it together, filmed with somebody's goddamn iPhone. There's microphones out there and multiple expensive cameras and boom operators and audio engineers and digital engineers and cinematographers, and there's somebody out there saying cut. There's a director. It's a whole production. Thought goes into these things. Planning goes into these things. They have a meeting before these things happen. Probably having meetings during these things and after. Like I said, these things aren't just patched together, man. This is a whole freaking production. It's a whole production. And of course, you know, people will defend it. You know, the whole let them live crowd. Not realizing that, man, when they put this kind of stuff in front of people, man, they don't have real respect for you. They definitely don't have any respect for you politically. There is no political respect for you. All right? There's not. They're trying to reach you on the most carnal level. That's it. Because they think if they reach you at your most carnal level, they can get you to not only vote, but vote for them. Not one mention of policy. Not one. Not one freaking mention of policy. Just get in there and vote. That's it. Just get your ass in there and vote. And here, look at some ass right quick. Look at some ass, go register to vote, and that's it. That's the message. Look at some ass, register to vote, End of sentence. If that ain't insulting brothers' intelligence, I don't know what is. You're talking about insulting brothers' intelligence. How much more do you gotta see? How much more do you have to see to let you know that they have no political respect for us brothers? They don't. All they see is another person who can go in there and pull a lever. That's it. Because once you do that, they're freaking done with you anyway. It's not like they're going to do a damn thing for black men. No one ever does. How often do you hear the words black and men in the same sentence when it comes to politicians? Even the black ones. I bet you can count the times you've heard that on one hand over the course of 10 years. The word black and men in the same sentence. There's no political respect for black men. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. They need black men's help to get people like Stacey Abrams across the finish line and don't even know how to go about it. They don't even know how to go about it. Because even when they need black men, they have to insult them. They have to insult black men even when they need them. Because the die has been cast, man. They know that black men can make the difference, especially in places like Georgia. Warnock is up for re-election. He's running against Herschel Walker. Stacey Abrams is running. They want her to win so bad. And they know without black men, she probably won't win. Warnock probably won't win either. And there's a few other races that's going on. Because, see, this isn't a presidential year. Only the president relies on the, what is that thing? The Electoral College. In other places, man, it's one man, one vote. There is no Electoral College. When you win, you win. These midterms are something else. They're different. They're different. They need black men to come out and vote. And they prefer you vote for their person, their guy, their girl. They need the brothers. And even in their time of need, they still choose to insult black men while they're asking for their help. Isn't that something? It's like a drowning man out in the damn ocean drowning and throwing rocks at the lifeguard as he's coming to save him. I mean, it's insanity, brothers. It's insanity. It's like a person getting into a car accident and they're laying in the middle of the street. They've been ejected from their car and both of their legs are broken. And the ambulance is coming down the road and they're shooting at the ambulance that's coming to help them. But this is what they think of you, brothers. This is what they think of us. Yeah, we need their help to get across the finish line. Let's just show them some butt cheeks. That'll do it. Instead of talking about the economy. Instead of talking about policy. Instead of talking about freaking a father's rights. Instead of talking about taxes. Instead of talking about interest. Instead of talking about job creation. Why not? Because they don't believe that we're interested in these things. They think all we're interested in is some butt cheeks. So that's what they put in front of you. And a lot of these politicians wonder why more black men don't support them. Because brothers are tired of having their fucking intelligence insulted by these people. At the very least, pretend that you're about some policies that's going to help the brothers. They don't even have the decency to do that. You know why? Because they don't believe black men matter. They don't believe black men matter, man. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to y'all tonight, man. That little bit of tidbit of information, man. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming again, y'all. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea when I'm going to be streaming again, y'all. I have no idea when I will stream again. I don't know, maybe another 2 weeks, maybe next week. I'm not sure. I don't want to make y'all any promises that I cannot keep. But like I said, man, tonight, I saw some black folks, man, that they made us proud tonight, man. Unlike the black folks who put a bunch of booty shaking commercials in front of us and tell us to go vote. Those black people don't make us proud, man. And I'm not talking about the people that are in the damn commercial. I'm talking about the people who put it in front of us. Because you know damn well black people has something to do with it. I know it would be nice to blame it all on white folk, but we know better than that. Black people has something to do with it too. But I say again, man, I saw some folks tonight, man. That made us proud. And hopefully in the future, man, I could bring more of these to y'all. Where I can actually put some black people in front of you that don't make you want to throw a shoe at your damn computer screen. You can walk away from this and say, damn. Like they always say. Not all. We saw an example of not all tonight. Only from T.P.O.T. Media. Open your goddamn minds. But that's all. I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. As always, you could have spent your damn Wednesday night anywhere. You decided to spend it here with us. It is appreciated. I don't take you good folks lightly, man. I never have and I never will. You got my word on that. So, with that, I will leave you good folks with 3 words. You know, like I always do. Open your mind. Peace, folk. What about this? What about that?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this?
What about that? 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 What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about that? What about that? About that? What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that? What about this? What about this? What about this?
What about this?
What about that? What about that? What about that? What about that?
Only from T.P.O.T.